Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Adi. So happy to have you here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell to get notified every time I post a new video. So today we're going to be talking about the 5 young ladies from Dallas that were tragically killed during a birthday road trip. Talia Salinas, Ruby Cruz, Brianna Valadez, Desiree Cervantes, and Jacqueline Velasco Ventura. They were all in their early 20s and had been best friends for years now, basically like sisters.
The 5 were like sisters.
They've been friends pretty much since like middle school, high school, so whenever I came to my mom's house, they were always all here.
And on July 25th, the girls were on a birthday road trip from Dallas to Kingsland, Texas to celebrate Talia's 23rd birthday at the lake. And Talia's family was also going to join them at the lake. They were maybe about 45 minutes behind them.
Talia had just turned 23. The plan was to celebrate her birthday at the lake. Talia's brother says they were on the road when they heard about the accident.
As we're on our way over there, the maps redirected and it says that there was a crash. So, I mean, we had no idea.
That was her. We were just 45 minutes behind her.
And then around 6 p.m. on US 281 Park Road 4 in Burnett County, a 2018 Ram 4500 pickup truck pulling a livestock trailer veered into the southbound lanes and struck a Chevy Malibu head-on, then collided with a Mercedes SUV, which was the Mercedes that the girls were driving in. The SUV then overturned and caught fire, killing Talia, Ruby, Brianna, Desiree, and Jacqueline. Talia was said to be quiet, but those that knew her well knew that she was the funniest person in the room. She was witty, intelligent, loyal, and the true manager of their household, always keeping them in line. If you were lucky to call her a friend, she was the best friend you had. In the last year of her life, she became an aunt, and that was her best role yet. She was so proud of it. She was an amazing daughter, sister, niece, aunt, granddaughter, co-worker, and friend to so many that loved her. She was full of life.
It was well known she was the baby in the family, so it's...
Adored by her big brothers, the loving aunt was celebrating her 23rd birthday with a trip to the lake with family and her inseparable group.
Go to the lake house and you see the cops and you kind of see its reality. You know, it's when it kind of sinks in, and you see how devastated everyone was. See my mom devastated on my dad, and it's very hard.
Ruby Cruz's spirit was as vibrant as the concert she adored attending and the sporting events she cherished. A devoted fan of all sports, Ruby's heart was firmly planted with the Dallas Cowboys, where she found excitement, joy, and a sense of community. Whether on the field, in the stands, or gathered with friends and family, Ruby had an unmatched enthusiasm for life that brought everyone together.
Ruby Cruz's younger sister spoke to her that morning.
And I told her I loved her. And she told me she loved me too. And that was it. That was it. She was my everything. She was my other half. I know everything about her. I just want the truth to come out. I just want justice to be served. These girls deserve justice.
Brianna Valadez was working at a pediatric clinic and had just been accepted to nursing school this fall, a future filled with dreams, potential, and promise. She moved through the world as if it were a place worth dancing in. She loved to travel and hang out with family and friends.
She will always be my princess, my everything.
We were just planning her birthday trip.
They were thinking Vegas or even Puerto Rico, but now
We're gonna just have cake and a balloon release.
Brianna's mother received the news of her daughter's passing, then told Brianna's father.
And it was the hardest thing I had to do because I had to break his heart.
That moment, time just stopped. Time stopped. You didn't know what to think. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know where to go.
1 minute I think I'm okay, and the next I just see a picture or hear a song or anything like that, and just brings back so many memories that we had with not just Brianna, but with all the girls.
Desiree Cervantes brought warmth, light, and kindness to everyone she encountered. Her shy, dimply smile was genuine, her heart was sincere, and she had a quiet strength that made a lasting impression on so many. For those who knew her closely, you know how deeply she cared about all her loved ones, strangers, and even animals. She had a beautiful heart and a beautiful connection with God. She graduated top 10 in high school, graduated college with a science degree, and then went on to work at Reyes Brown Law Firm, where she was so loved. Her most recent accomplishment was getting her own apartment, which she was very proud of. Jacqueline Velasco Ventura was a bright light, loving, strong, funny, and full of grace. Her soul was truly beautiful, and to know her was to love her deeply. All 5 of them were regularly at Talia's house, just listening to music, watching videos, just hanging out, always loud at the house, so much laughter. The girls just loved being together. The driver of the Ram was identified as Cody Lane Talley, 37 years old, of Leander. Talley left the scene of the crash, and it was said his accelerator pedal was pushed to the floor at the time of impact. And according to the affidavit, he had 2 previous convictions for DWIs and was required to drive with an ignition interlock device, which the truck didn't have. He also has assault charges and repeated violations of protective orders, and his most recent arrest on DRUG charges. And it was revealed that he also did not have the proper license to pull the trailer that he was pulling at the time of the crash. He was also not tested for DRUGS or alcohol after refusing medical treatment, and then they just released him and let him go.
Hallie left the scene before speaking with troopers.
We were made aware that that individual wasn't arrested or tested for alcohol or anything, so it's, we're very confused.
I'm so confused on why they would just let him leave.
Saying it was only a matter of time before something happened.
And at the time of the crash, Talley was reportedly driving for his father's company, pulling a trailer loaded with horses. And days later, he was taken into custody and booked into the Burnett County Jail. Talley has been accused of driving on the wrong side of the road, improper driver's license for class of vehicle, violating driver's license restriction, failure to control speed, and he faces 5 counts of manslaughter. And now it's come out that the girl's family is actually suing the driver, Cody Lane Talley. The lawsuit seeks damages from the person who allegedly loaned the suspect vehicle to the driver, as well as the company the driver was working for at the time. The suit lists the defendants as Cody Lane Talley, Charles Kent Talley, and Texas Camp Horses LLC. The lawsuit says that Charles Talley loaned Cody Talley the truck he was driving during the crash. Cody is also alleged to have been on the job for Texas Camp Horses at the time of the collision. The plaintiffs are seeking damages in excess of $1 million for the negligent deaths of their daughters, along with a trial by jury.
These families should have never had to deal with this situation. These girls should be alive today. And had this man not been behind the wheel, had the system worked, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
This week, their parents filed a lawsuit for wrongful death. Matthew Graham is the managing litigation attorney at J. Alexander Law, representing 3 families.
The other 2 lawsuits brought by the other 2 firms will be the same, essentially, for their families.
The lawsuit states, upon information and belief, Cody Lane Talley was operating the vehicle while intoxicated.
This driver has a long, detailed criminal history.
It's not the first time the suspect has been accused of drunk driving. In fact, he's been convicted twice for DWIs. The lawsuit is filed in Williamson County, where the suspect lives and where he committed his priors. Talley's father and his father's company are also named in the suit, all with claims of negligence.
And this gentleman simply should not have been behind the wheel. We need to find out why he was.
What the family really wants can't happen.
There is no way to replace these young ladies.
So on the criminal side, as Talley is charged with 5 counts of manslaughter, in this civil lawsuit, they're seeking accountability and change.
There is now a memorial on the side of the road at the crash site in Burnett County, honoring all 5 young women whose lives were sadly cut short.
Erecting a memorial along US 281, the families of 5 Dallas women hope to keep their memories alive.
They were best friends. Fab 5.
while they fight for justice against the driver who officials say is responsible for the Burnett County crash that claimed their lives.
Girls didn't go out how they were supposed to. They burned. The car flipped. Nobody deserves to go out like that. I don't wish that on my own enemies.
What these families need are answers, and they need some sort of accountability to be taken by the driver of this dangerous vehicle.
Matthew Graham represents the women's families in a civil lawsuit as they question whether Tally should have been allowed behind the wheel.
No brother, no mother, no father, no cousin, no aunt, no uncle should be going through this.
Now, Cody Lane Tally is facing up to 20 years in prison for this devastating incident. It's so sad that such a happy moment. You know, the girls were driving down near Austin, Texas to celebrate their friend's birthday at the lake. And it's just so sad that in 1 second, everything can change. My thoughts and prayers are with the families. I can't even imagine the pain. I really hope that this family gets justice and that Cody is held accountable for what he did. He took away 5 souls that were just starting out in life, had so much to live for, and now 5 families are forever changed. Nothing will ever be the same for them, and I just pray that God gives them strength to continue life without their baby girls. I live pretty close to Dallas, so when I heard about this story, it hit pretty close to home for me. Let's just keep the family of these beautiful young girls in our thoughts and prayers. Have you guys heard about this story? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments, and as always, please remain respectful. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell to get notified every time I post a new video, and share, please share. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. But thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.